Now, I've got a brand new driver, not this one here, this one here, that I'm interested to see if it can perform better than this one. Now, this driver right here, the Ping G430 10K, has to be my favorite driver of all time right now. Now, I've been lucky enough to test all the top drivers this year. The QI10, the Paradigm AI Smoke, the Dark Speed, the new driver from Mizuno, you name it, I've tried it. But none of them have sat like this. I'll be honest, like up till now, well, I say that, we've got to test this one down in the box, but this driver, I've not had a driver like this in the sense of the way I feel comfortable over the ball with it. The XL head makes the shaft feel a little shorter. Yes, it sounds like a Ping, so awful, but it just goes. It goes consistently well. I get numbers around that 160 ball speed, 2,500 spin, and we're in the realms of about 275, 280 total. I'm not saying every time, but like 7 to 8 times out of 10. That's why, at the minute, this driver has to be my favorite driver of all time. But this driver in the box, this is one I've seen a lot of people talk about. A lot of people on the channel say I should test. So let's put it to the test. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Can it compete with what I've already got in the bag? If it can, there's some upset coming, I'll tell you that for free. Right, let's get this one unboxed. Now, when I knew this driver was on its way, I did some research about all the tech in this driver, and you know what? I feel there's some really interesting points, sorry, I didn't mean to point at you with this, about this driver that people have missed, because I also think, right, if you're going to invest in a brand new driver, you want to know exactly what it's about, what technology you're buying, what technology you're investing into your game. So we're going to cover all that in this video for you. So you're buying educatedly? You're buying with the knowledge. You know what I mean. Okay, so look at this. We've got the driver from Wilson here, okay? It is the Dynapower, and this is the one that everyone said I should test. Let me get it out here so you can see. This is the carbon one, okay? Now this is made for high swing speed players. This is made for golfers who want movability, so being able to hit a draw, being able to hit a fade, being able to hit high, being able to hit low. And I've been sent this in 9 degrees. Also, I've been lucky enough to get sent in the shaft that I use. Now, I used this shaft last year in my Aerojet. I absolutely loved it. It's a Velcure Ventus. And yeah, by all accounts, these are not cheap. So thank you very much for sending that. I'm interested. Let's take this off together though. I know you may have seen this driver before, but I know you've not heard all the points about this before. Right, have a look at that. You know what's really nice, sticks out straight away, is this carbon little almost segment to the bottom. And you sort of discreetly know that you got a little bit of a ridge here. Back weight, that is 12 grams, which is interesting for sort of what is a lower handicap driver. Usually this weight is a little bit closer to the head, but it's a little bit further back. Very interesting. Now, as much as I'm interested, I mean, look at that. It's a beautiful looking top of the club, that. Actually very similar to my Aerojet of last year. And on that note, right, I had the Aerojet last year, and it took a lot for me to take that out of the bag. It takes a lot for me to change. Like, before I started testing these drivers, I would probably stick to a driver for 2, 3, 4 years, but I don't like changing. Are you like that? Do you like the look of something, then you keep it? I really am like that. I mean, at the minute, I'm totally going against it, and I feel like I'm just a kid in a sweet shop. So I've got recently the best driver I've ever tested. Let's see what this is like then. Now, you must be thinking, Alex, this must have some blooming good numbers if you're willing to throw out a driver that you trust. So just to set a bit of a ballpark figure, let's hit 2 or 3 away with the Ping G430 10K. Right, we will set a fairway in a second, but I'm just going to hit some away just to get loose. And then we'll hit 1, and then we'll set a fairway for the next 2. Let's just get some numbers down for you. I mean, look at that fly. I mean, we didn't got the sound, by the way. It sounds so tinny, I can't get over it. Okay, so just to give you some ideas of numbers here. So we had a total, right on slap bang where I said, 279, okay? That is how far that just went. Bear in mind, that's one of the first drives I've hit of the day. Also, for now, looking at our spin numbers. Spin number on here was 2,900. And then if I just go back one slide, I'll show you the ball speed numbers. Ball speed 154, club head speed 108.1. Let's set a couple more away. But did you just see how that flew? That's why it goes in the bag. And also, like I would also say, some of the drivers that I tested, the dark speed was actually one of the longest, but this just felt the most consistent. Okay, so we'll set a fairway now. We'll go that 150 yard marker on the right, and then there's a marker just inside this black box on the left. So you've sort of got the three staggered. There are sort of fairway, the middle one being the middle of the fairway. Okay, still on the ping. I'm just gonna hit two more for you. Just like I say, this is why I'm absolutely buzzing over this driver. On the left edge, and sticking on the left edge, all over the left marker, and just come down. That there, 157 ball speed, 145 smash, and just to give you the idea of distance, 280 yards. Thank you. How good's that last one? Again, 279. This is why I'm over and having about this driver. It's just, I feel so confident over it. Okay, so enough about this. It's now time to put this Wilson driver right here to the test. Now, I'm actually going to loft this driver up slightly because I like a 10-degree driver. So let me get this out the box. I'm sure they usually come with one in here. There it is. Now, interestingly, if you have a look at this, you've got quite a lot of adjustability with this driver. Get that out of there. Like, does anybody actually ever mess around with their driver? When I first get any driver, right, I have a right fiddle around with it. You know what I've just noticed? What's quite unique, I've not really seen before. It's almost like the face falls into the bottom because the colour is all the same. There's only a slight change. I quite like it. Quite like the dullness of it with the pop of the red. All right, let's get that off there. Okay, just to show you that on the sleeve. So you've got standard, you can add 1.5, 2 degrees, okay? And then you can also take off 0.5 and 1 degrees. Look at the difference in this, you can change it quite a lot. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna plus 0.5 degree if I can do that. No, plus 1 degree, just there. Plus 1 degree on it. I know it knocks the grip out a little bit, but that's now 10 degrees. That matches what I use. I just find for me, 9 degrees, launch it enough. So to make this test fair, I'm gonna make it similar. And what I would, if I was taking this in the bag, they always pad it when I do that, that snaps them in. Yeah, so this is set up exactly as I would want it. I mean, I might end up changing it if I was refining it more, but just let's start with where I wanna start with this. Now, I am dying to know what this goes like. So before I show you what it looks like down at the ball, let me just hit one away. It's definitely a lot smaller head, that's for sure. Okay, we're going the same fairway. God, it looks good this, you know. Let's get lined up, Alex, come on. Here we go. That felt soft off the face, you know. I mean, it's on the right edge of the fairway. That felt really soft off the face. Okay, first one away. This is what we're dealing with. Just give you an idea of where I hit that. We need to find the middle for sure. But can you see? Sort of slightly toe side of middle. Not terrible, but it found the fairway. It felt soft, that. Felt a lot of a different sound, a quieter sound. So let's have a look at these numbers. So that one went 272, ping went around 278, and I'm hitting both of these with range balls because we are down at a driving range. Okay, let's see if there's any surprises in here. Ooh, interesting. Good smash factor, 1.49. Ball speed was quite a bit lower. We're in the 150s before, nearly 160. And then club head speed's 8 miles an hour less. Interesting. Interesting. I have to say, it did feel heavier than when I was swinging the ping, but it is only the first one away. I want to hit some more, but think about that. I've swung it slower and it's nearly gone as far. So if I can get the speed up to my usual 108 to 110, that's gonna help me get the ball speed to that 160 mark, and that's gonna increase the spin. That spin was low there, you know. That spin was 1.9. So I really think if I can just up the speed, get a bit more comfortable with this, hit a few more, it's gonna be a really big contender. I really like the sound of that and the feel. I can't describe it. It's almost like the ball was like compressed into the face. So I mentioned things have been missed when we've been talking about this Wilson driver. And if you're buying a driver, or any driver, you want to know exactly what technology it is. I think that's really, really important. So this Wilson driver right here is designed for a neutral ball flight, and it's a low spinning driver. Something we definitely saw on that first shot. Now bear in mind, we've only hit one shot away. Also, if we look at this club face, we've seen this in all drivers this year and last year, is the AI face. So essentially an AI face is a little bit bubbly and changes underneath, so as you go in the face to basically optimize ball speed. As supercomputers analyze thousands and thousands of shots to produce a face which is best for you and best for this driver. In essence, to make it more forgiving, faster ball speed and go further. And I think that is a must. If you noticed, all the drivers from Cobra, from Callaway, from TaylorMade, Ping, they're all going down that way of, we've got a supercomputer to help us build this driver. Let's look at this down at the ball though. I love the rounded look, by the way. Have a look at that. I like the rounded sort of silhouette you get from this driver, and the fact that, okay, this top bit here is matte. I really enjoy a matte finish driver, and I think that's why I like the Ping. Something that's shiny, I don't like I don't get on with it, but I love the matte look. You've also got these carbon panels here to help save weight, so they can shift MOI forwards to help create a more lower spinning driver. And what's a nice little touch also, you might not have even noticed it, to be fair, that dyno power in the corner. So down at the ball, it sits nice and neutral. Bear in mind, I've changed this loft slightly to suit me. Yeah, I'm really intrigued about, and I'm loving the look of this driver. I like the matte to the carbon crown. See what is going everywhere? My hair, I keep flattening it down. The wind's going this way, making it stick up on end. Okay, same fairway. Remember, we've got the 50, just the mark just left of the box, the 3 in a row, and the center one being the center of our fairway. Second ball away. You know what? I'm loving the silhouette of this driver. A little bit down the right, but again, it's a nice hit. Hanging on, just over that 150 marker. Okay, that one there, 279. Have a look at these numbers. Here we go, that's the same ballpark, just a little bit down the right. So at the minute, not as straight, but that familiarity. 279, distance. Okay, club head speed, 108 on the dot, 156 ball speed. We're right in where it needs to be. Right, here we go. I'm gonna hit a few away now. Get loose and hit this. Okay, right, third hit, here we go. I'm loving it, come on. Get it down that fairway. Oh, look at that. Even though I've lofted that up, look how penetrating that ball flight is. That was straight over the middle. 282, 282, come on. Look at this. I love the flight of that. That's the one thing I'd say compared to the Ping. The Ping does go higher, but it is designed to do that, I guess. But look at that, 282. 282. Let's look at these other numbers here. 105.8 ball speed, 157.7 ball speed. Sorry, 105.8 club speed. Getting them all mixed up here. 157.7 ball speed. Right. Interestingly, this is still a little bit lower, this club speed, than what I was doing with the Ping, but the ball speed is up there. Also, the carry is up there. And then if we go down to the total, we are 282. Let's hit 2 more for you. Now, a couple of things I'm really enjoying about this driver. Yes, I'm swinging it slower. The ball speed is pretty much the same, and the carry is longer. Now, the reason for that, in my opinion, is it's getting a bit of a flatter flight, a bit more of that rainbow effect. So if we're looking at a driver that I can use into wind, we can maneuver, I feel at the minute this is going to give me a bit more. Now, based upon dispersion, we had 2 on the right edge of the fairway, or on the fairway, 1 down the middle. We're now gonna hit a couple more away. So let's go for this. Let's see what we can get. 283, we've hit some, 282. Can we get sort of 285, 290 range? You know what, I really think we can with this driver, you know. Here we go, right, next ball away. Look at that flight. See what I mean with it being flatter? Another fairway found. That is a driver flight that I really like. Look at this, 284. 284 that has just flowed. And I really did enjoy how flat that was. So we had 284 total. Let's get this up here to all this other data because it's gonna be interesting this. we've got there. Pretty much 160 ball speed, 159, nearly 110 clubhead speed. These are the numbers I said we would get. Let's have a look at the spin. 2-4 spin. Look at that. Right on that 2,500 that I really, really love. But what I go back to what I was saying. So what I'm seeing different to this to the ping climbs a little bit more. Yes, it feels like it goes really straight, but I feel, and this is shown, it's got a bit of an extra gear in terms of distance, and I'm enjoying that flatter flight. If we're looking for something that's gonna get distance and roll out, come on, you could see that one, right? You could really see that's got a great combo of them both. Right, one more to hit. Have a look where I hit those last couple there. See the ball imprint? Now that is satisfying. That is satisfying. Now, just a few more things to tell you about loft-wise. You can get this driver in 8, 9, 10.5 and 12. And if you're looking for a driver that's a little bit more of a forgiving one, you notice how this is the carbon one, and you can see carbon here, carbon crown. There is a titanium version, which is the little bit more of, I guess, the forgiving, bit more high spinning one. Okay, it's my last ball away here. It's already longer. Let's see if we can get it at that 290 mark. That's the feeling we're going for, Alex. That feeling. I'm trying to work on the swing also here. Oh, that is long. That is seriously long. Look at that flight again. That is everything I am looking for in a driver. Did you see that flight? Straight over that marker. Again, 282. So consistently, this driver is longer. 282 total. Okay, let me flick through these numbers. They're gonna be up there. Here we go, 110 clubhead speed, 159.1 ball speed. What else do I want for on a driver? I feel like here I've got what I had in terms of the ping, just a little bit more of a low spinning, more driven model. I think the best driver that I have had in a long time has just been thrown out the bag. Now, if you did enjoy this review of this driver from Wilson, you guys asked about this one, so that's why I put it to the test. But if there's any clubs, strange, new, old, whatever you think, pop it down below in the comments. If you have done that, subscribe and turn the bell, so that way you can see me testing the clubs that you have requested. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on another video here.